Yes, so that was actually an important discussion because, like what I sent out there, 736 million women being victims of violence and sexual and physical violence is a very serious matter. So our next story also involves a woman, and she's a royal. And I don't know if any one of you saw that interview with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, and serious allegations were made. It was an explosive interview they had with Oprah, and serious allegations were made about racism in the royal family, people expressing concern about the color of an unborn baby, Meghan saying how she became so depressed and trapped in her situation that she was considering suicide. It was also revealed that they are estranged, the family, both sides, both Meghan and Harry are estranged from their family. And also that they haven't received any support from the family, and that their security has been cut off. So of course the family has responded with that they are taking these allegations of racism in the family seriously, and we have them going out, walking around with Black people and people of color to tell us that they are not racist, as well that they were investigating or they were going to look into all those allegations. And recently, I think it was yesterday, Prince Charles says he's very saddened by what was mentioned in this, and he's doing everything he can to bring reconciliation to the family. So I wanted to ask you, because this actually reverberated around the world. I think about 40 million people watched it or more. I'm not sure how many. If you watched it or you didn't watch it but have read about it, what do you feel? What do you think about this? And please, let's keep our comments short and precise. Thank you.
Shamsa and then Shakira.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, as millions of people watched it, same I did. So my point of view, there is double standard. At one place, the UK people, or you can say the majority of Britons, they say there is no racism at all. We never, differentiate between colors, and we consider everybody is equal, and there is no discrimination at all. But on the other hand, when millions of people watch the real story behind the doors, and this is happening in royal family, you know, and the queen was concerned about the color of the child. That was a big shocking news, and that was a big, revelation for me, that the you know you are not concerned about the health of the baby, you are not concerned about the other things of the baby, but you are concerned how would he will look, how the texture, the color of the baby, and how will the texture of hair of the baby. But you are concerned for that, and then on the top of that, the other people, like the brother of Harry, came with the defending things, and they are saying that there is no criticism, there is no racism, there is nothing happened there. But you know then again, you are showing a double standard. You are showing, when a lady is claimed that she had suicidal thoughts due to all this, and they withdrawn, and they didn't give any thingy like rewards to the baby, or they took everything away from that. And you are showing your another one face to the world, and you are showing the another face to the family member. That's huge difference.
Thank you, Shamsa. Though I have to correct and say that Harry and Meghan actually said that it was not the Queen or her husband who said these comments, it was a senior member. They actually made that clear. So a senior member, we don't know who it is, but it's not the Queen or her husband, the Duke of Edinburgh. Just a correction. Thank you. But
Okay.
as you say, it's true, there are double standards there. This is a family who is supposed to be the face or the, how can I say, the reflecting the community and the British people, which we know has become diversified. So to hear allegations of racism, this is very serious. Thank you. Shakira?
Yeah, I feel like it's not that surprising for me. Like, no offense to the Brits, but like Britain is basically like the face of colonialism. And I'm just saying, the whole monarchy in England is built on colonialism and all that stuff, and just even what's it called, that, for example, what's his name, Charles and Camilla, they had an audience in like Canada, I think, where they were watching a performance of throat singers, like natives, and they were just laughing. They never made any public comments, any apology or nothing. Prince Philip himself, I think, has made several comments where he's called like traditional African garb, oh, you look like you're like, it was like president from some African country said that, oh, it looks like you're wearing sleepwear, or said to some British exchange students in China, oh, don't stay here too long, you'll get slanty-eyed. And even the woman who, I forgot what her title was, the something of Kent, who wore the Blackmore brooch the first time Meghan came to an actual event after they got engaged. And somehow people are still surprised, oh my goodness, they're racist? Like, she's that woman who wore the Blackmore brooch, which, in case you don't know, is basically just blackface, like with some gold on it. But that woman is the child of a Nazi general, and all these people are like very inbred. If it's not that surprising that they're all very racist and hate everybody else. They hate like getting blood from outside into their own. I mean, they all marry their cousins. I'm just saying.
Thank you, Shakira. So you are not surprised by the allegations and you are wondering why everyone else is surprised. Thank you. How about next person? I think it's Jamila. And then Shiro.
Yeah. So I was actually going to say what Shakira was saying. I don't know why people are so surprised. I kind of had it as like, a little inkling and, in the back of my head that it could possibly, they are racist. I mean, they didn't do anything. They sat back while she was being abused by the public for so many years because they were afraid. They were afraid of what people had to say, but they do put their input in things that they don't need to. Like when the Queen decided to tell the whole of the UK that she's basically disappointed in us because of, we need to care about everyone with our social distancing and stuff. So she can say her opinion on that, but she can't say that she's disappointed in people being racist towards her nephews. Is it nephew? Yeah. Oh yeah. Partner. It's just I don't understand, like, the double standards is just unbelievable and it's so unfair, and it was kind of hard to watch because when she mentioned about their child Archie not getting a title or protection was just bizarre. Like there was no rational, nothing to back that at all, because every other child gets it, but then he doesn't. And then you also have discussions about his race. It's just, I mean, the color of his skin, bizarre.
Now, there I'll interrupt you and say that according to the Metropolitan Police in the UK and the Home Office, they're the ones who decide which royals are going to get protection. And if anyone is not a working member of the royal family, then they can actually not give them protection, which Harry and Meghan are not, and their son are not right now. They have pulled back from royal. So
Wasn't the reason why she left because of that? I thought she said that on top of all those people being racist towards her, then there was discussions about like he's not going to have a title, and that's why she was like not gonna take the baby out in front of everyone.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes, Shiko.
Well, I just wanted to say, yes, I'm sure they have some protocol that they follow in terms of who gets protection and who doesn't. So we understand all that. But the fact is, behind all that, the family knew that Harry and Meghan were getting death threats, actual death threats. So really to not figure a way for them to get some protection, especially for their baby. Any mother would want their baby to be safe. And if you're getting death threats and racist abuse that seem very aggressive, of course you'll be worried about being in public with no protection. So even taking away all that personal public tax money and whatever, why didn't the family support them? This is a family with a lot of wealth, you know, could have protected this family from these physical threats that they were getting. So I have an issue with that. They don't need to just hide behind protocol and the home office and whatever. They themselves as a family could have thought, how can we support our people? How can we support Harry and Meghan and their child? I also want to talk about the mental health side because
can we discuss this? Let's take the first discussion, and then
yeah.
that's an important discussion that actually should be discussed by itself after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to comment that something we can ask ourselves, if it's the police who decide who will be protected, how about Andrew, who has also pulled back from royal duties? It would be interesting to know if he still has royal protection. Shiro, thank you. And then Shiko, we can come back to that point because that's actually the whole point of this discussion. Yes, Shiro?
I was just thinking that the racism in the UK, I think it's subtle, but it's real. And just going back to what you were discussing earlier about the lady, Sarah Everard, I was just wondering, it had to take a white, beautiful young lady for this problem to come up to fore. If she had been a Black woman who had been murdered, maybe just an ordinary woman, not attractive or anything, would it have brought as much publicity as it has now? And please don't misunderstand me. It's just a question. But when it comes to Meghan, she's had negative publicity right from the beginning. And you wonder, what has she done? When you compare to someone like Prince Andrew and his indiscretions with minors and all that, how come the media did not attack him as much as they did Meghan, who has really done nothing wrong? It's really perplexing.
Yeah, thank you, Shiro. There are actually cases of Black women who've also disappeared. There is an example of a girl called Blessing Olesegun. Maybe you should all look up her case. Who, the same thing, she was walking home and disappeared and was found in water or drowned in water. And the case was said called not suspicious. So yeah, compare the reaction. But now let's move on to another allegation, or it's not an allegation, it's her experience. She said that she was so depressed to a point of wanting to commit suicide because she looked for help in the royal family and was told, we all experience these things and we cannot do anything. You cannot be able to get that help. And then we have media people, talk show hosts, questioning her account of being depressed, saying they don't believe her. What do you all think about that? Shiko, yeah, Shiko, yes, thank you. And then Shakira, and then Maggie.
I'll go after Shakira.
Okay, Shakira.
Okay, all right. I can already see this happening as well because of this whole royal thing. There's a lot of other stories people have brought up also in comparison to like Diana and Meghan, comparing the two. How I don't remember whose book it was written in, but that when Diana was getting therapy because she was obviously very depressed from everything that was happening. The therapist went back to Charles, told him, and then Charles would tell the therapist what to tell Diana. And they would just go back and forth with this whole messing with her mind and then wondering, oh, why is she so sad all the time? There's no reason for you to be sad. If this is the same family, it's not that surprising that they didn't see any problem with what Meghan was facing. Like every single day you get told, oh, is she just trying to get attention by touching her baby bump? Like this, I don't even know. The whole media was just dogging on this girl every single day. So her getting into depression and feeling suicidal is not surprising at all.
But is it surprising that when someone makes a cry for help, nobody, or rather, what do you feel about that? Someone has made a cry for help, and then those cries are ignored, and she's ridiculed that she just wants media attention. What do you all think about that? Maggie, I think I saw your hand up, and then Chico and Shakira.
Okay, what I want to say about the whole thing, when you see that Harry decided to leave the royal, and he mentioned something like he didn't want a repeat of what happened to his mother, it shows it was a serious thing. And even the thing of Meghan wanting to commit suicide could have been because of those threats that she was getting. And for her talking about it, I think is a good thing, because if she would have just kept quiet, maybe something would have happened to her and people wouldn't have known that there were some threats or there were some thoughts of committing suicide. I think it's a wake-up call to everybody in the world, whatever they were doing. I think even the royal are using the media to divert our minds to some other things so that we don't see the truth in this matter. That's why they brush out that whatever Meghan was feeling about suicidal thoughts was a lie or a makeup, because some people say she's an actress, so she might be just acting. But I don't think if she can act with something like that, because it's a serious case. And I took it seriously when Harry himself said that he was worried for his family because he thought a repeat of what happened to his mother would happen.
Thank you, Margaret. How about you, Shiko?
I have 2 points. I wanted to say, first of all, it's interesting. I mean, for me, both points are important for different reasons, but it's interesting that the royal family made a statement and decided to address the racism issue and didn't really touch on the lack of mental health support. So the cries for help and being blocked from getting, I found it really weird that they didn't say, you know, we'll also look into this shouldn't happen. And why I find it weird is because Prince William and his wife are also patrons of a mental health charity, and the family is supposedly involved in all this mental health awareness work. I'm sorry, but this just makes you think this is all for show. You know, you're putting on a face for people to think, yes, you're interested in all these issues. But if it's happening within your own family and no support is given, and then they didn't make any statement about this lack of support, it just shows you that really the interest is not genuinely there in terms of mental health support. And it's irritating that they feel it's so important to appear perfect that they will not allow for someone to go and seek help because of how it will look to the public. I'm sorry, but we're not living in the dark ages. We know they're not, you know, from royal blood, from, I don't know, God or whatever. We know they're human beings like us. And I think they'll be even more relatable if they show that we are humans as well. They suffer depression, they experience things. It's better than this facade of we're royal, we're perfect, we can't be seen to be doing these things. It's actually quite irritating. Thank you.
Yes, Shiko, I agree with you that actually they are showing public support and acknowledging her experience with mental health and suicidal thoughts would have actually given more weight to the charities and support they give to mental health, because at the end of the day, if you're going to support other people who are not in your family, but you have somebody in your family with the same issue, that is counterproductive, because charity begins at home.
Exactly.
So they should have acknowledged that, in my opinion. But what do you guys think about the media, those who are saying she's an actress, like somebody pointed out, that all these things were just to bring attention to herself? Do you agree with the media? Yes, McKenna?
First of all, I don't agree with the media. I actually think it's absurd that they're saying that. Like, it doesn't matter even if she was acting. Like, something like mental health isn't something that should be taken lightly. Even if she was acting, there might still be some truth to it. And that, by people saying that she's not telling the truth about it, could push someone to the edge. So I just think it's absolutely insane that they would even try to say anything against that. Like, if they didn't think she's telling the truth, they should just stay silent instead. Otherwise, that could really have a big impact on her as well. Like, again.
Thank you, McKenna. Our time is up. Oh, Catherine?
No, it's just shortly, because McKenna is right. You know, I don't think it's the place of the media to question Meghan's experience. And when she talks about suicidal thoughts and somebody goes out and says, oh, I don't believe her, she's just acting, then I have to question what type of proof they would like to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, yeah, just that.
And I mean, it's also very unethical, unprofessional, and ridiculous for someone in the public eye to make those kind of comments, because you might, other people who were going to open up because they saw Meghan opening up will think, okay, people might not believe me. They might also think I'm attention seeking and lying, So it's really irresponsible, really, as a professional to do that. Like McKenna said, if he didn't believe her, he just needed to stay silent about it and not make a public statement. That enables all these people who don't take mental health seriously to also go around spewing those kind of comebacks when somebody says that they're struggling.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Yes. I don't know. Yeah, Shiro, Kerigo.
Sorry. Okay, what came to my mind is what Prince Harry said about racism. He said he could not really relate or understand racism until he saw it through his wife's eyes. The same thing applies also to mental health issues. Don't just dismiss what someone is saying because you're not in their situation. You don't know what they are going through. So it's very wrong for people to say she was acting or to dismiss her feelings. It's even better to just keep quiet.
Thank you. Kerigo, quick, wrap it up.
I'll go back just to saying about two quotes, and then I'll finish. There comes a time when silence is betrayal, and that's Martin Luther King that said it. And the other one is, if you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor, and that's Desmond Tutu. And that is what I'll say about the royal family that kept silent throughout the time when they were facing so much hardship from the press and from the public, and they never said one word.
Can I also quickly say something?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking, for Meghan sitting there having the interview. Obviously, she didn't plan it with the. She didn't. It was spoken between them, Harry and her, before they accepted having an interview with Oprah. So, if people are saying that she's acting, which means that Harry is also acting together with his wife. You see, they're just throwing it to Meghan just because she was an actress, but she was sitting there. At first, she was sitting on her own doing the interview with Oprah, but Harry was watching everything. He knew exactly that what Meghan was saying. So yeah, obviously they will throw everything on her, but there is nothing that she didn't say that Harry was not aware, and Harry didn't refuse. Didn't say that that what Meghan said was not correct. So yeah, it's
Thank you, Jose. That's true. Absolutely. They are a couple, and it wasn't Meghan doing the interview alone. They did it together. So that's the end of our session this afternoon. We want just to emphasize that if there is anyone suffering from mental illness or depression or any of that kind of situation, please remember there are always numbers to call. Reach out to people. And if someone reaches out to you, please validate their experience. Don't denigrate it by saying they are acting or they are pretending, because this can be a life and death situation. Thank you for the session.
Thank you guys for joining. I also want to say, just in part of wrapping up, that sometimes people are going through severe mental health issues. They're called high functioning depressive. So they will put on a face and they will look okay, which is what Meghan was doing. And Prince Harry has also said he suffered from, depression. So people can put on a face and seem okay. It doesn't mean they're not struggling. If they come out and say, I was struggling, then you say, oh, how come you were doing this and that and you seem to be okay? That's not really a point. There are many people who put on the face, but when they go home, they're upset and they're crying. So please reach out, get in touch if you need support. Four Wings, as well as an organization, can be reached. You can reach out to us for support through our website if you need, and if you go to our website, you can find all our contact details there. So thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for all your contributions, which are all valid in this group. Everyone's experience and contribution is valid, and we will see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope that you found that discussion interesting and informative. Catch up with us as we continue with the rest of the topics. But for now, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. See you next time.